Hello guys, today we're actually going to be building a clock. I saw somebody build one on the channel and I just thought I would put a WPF version of this out there. So I hope you like it. We're going to go ahead and create a new application. We're going to store it on our desktop. And we're just going to call it cool or awesome clock. And it's going to take forever and create the project. We are going to be using MVVM, and we're also going to be using Prism. That's because Prism is awesome and MVVM is awesome. Alright, so we're going to do our normal thing where we delete our main window, and we're going to do it on startup. And we're going to go ahead and do our normal setup here that we always do. If you haven't watched my videos before, you will know that I personally like to create an app start folder. And I like to put a class in there called Bootstrapper. And in this Bootstrapper, we need to get some NuGet packages here. Prism.unity. We just take the 6.3. Alright, we inherit from Unity Bootstrapper. There it is. We also need to say using Microsoft.practices.unity. Alright, so we want to create a shell. We're going to have a folder. It's going to be called views. Ooh, we got some catalogs going on here. Alright, we need to go ahead and add a window. It will be a shell. Alright. And we need to go ahead and add another folder. It's going to be called view models. Alright, so let's go ahead and Bootstrapper, and we're going to say create shell. This will be return container.resolve, and we're going to say view.shell. Alright, we're going to also say initialize. What's going on here? Where is it? Okay, usually it's there. I don't know why it wasn't before. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and say application.current. We've done this all before. And show. Alright, so now we're going to go to app and we're going to say new bootstrapper dot run. Alright, and we're going to get rid of these because we don't want them. And we're going to go to our shell here and get rid of these as well. Alright. So now we should be able to create a new view model. Alright, and we're going to inherit from bindable base. Alright, and we're going to have static. I don't like that. Alright, and we're going to say awesome. Alright, I'm sorry, awesome clock. Alright, we're going to make sure it's bound here. say XML in S, and we're going to ask for a Prism, and it's going to be right there. Then we're going to say Prism, view model locator outer wire, and we want true. Alright, we want to bind to our title. TITLE. Alright, now we run it, and it should just show up right here with, it showed up on the other screen. Awesome clock. Alright, perfect. So now what we want to do, we want to go ahead, add another folder. This is going to be models. Alright, we're going to have a class here, and it's going to be called time. Alright, it's going to inherit from bindable base as well. I can't type. Still can't type. There it is. Alright, so we need an int that is hour. Sorry guys. Need to rename that because I can't type. We need a minute. And we need a second. Oh, messed that one up. Which is perfect. So now we need to go ahead and we need to add a couple things here. We want to be able to, we want a public static, and we want an implicit operator. We want this to return a time, and we're going to have a date time in here. It's going to be a date. Alright, and then we're also just going to go ahead and return a new time. This will allow hour. Oops. It's because I didn't add new. T equal date dot hour. Minute equal date dot minute. And second equal date dot second. Alright, perfect. So we want to add another one here. It's going to be a public static. We want it to return a time. It's going to be an operator. And it's going to be a plus plus operator. It's going to have a time and a t here. Alright, so we want to now say, so if, let's see, t dot second equals 59, right? Then we want to add to it here. So then we want t dot second to equal 0. Alright. But we also need to say if t dot minute equals 59, and add to it as well. We want to say t dot minute equals 0, right? And then we want to say if t dot hour, actually we just want to add to t dot hour. Alright, so now we need to return t. there we go. Now we should be good on that. Alright, so now we want to create a clock. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and create a clock. And this clock is going to have a time in it. And it's going to be called current time. Alright. So now we want to give it a bindable base as well. Alright, now we want to create, this is going to take a little bit of work here. So we actually need namespace here, using. It's going to be using system.timers. Alright. And we want a timer. It's going to be called a timer. He's going to equal a new timer of 1,000 milliseconds. Which, in case you don't know, is 1 second. So now what we want to do, we want to set the current time. We want to say our current time equals date time now. Alright, and now we want to subscribe to a timer .elapse, and we're going to say update time. Alright. Alright, so now this should, we should just be able to say current time. Right? And we also need to, so now what we should be able to do is go ahead and go to our shell, and we need a clock here. Prism, and we're going to give it a clock. Alright, and now we should be able to say CTOR clock equals new clock. Alright, so let's go to our shell here. I kind of want this to be black, so I'm going to go ahead and go to Properties and Brush and choose a solid brush. Go ahead and make him black. You can make it whatever color you want, it's just fine. Let's go ahead and really want a stack panel. This stack panel is going to be horizontal alignment, it's going to be a center, vertical alignment, it's going to be center. We want to label that, I want a text block, I'm sorry guys. And the text is going to be bound to hour. I think I called it current time. If I didn't, we'll know. Alright. We want to copy this. We want this to be a colon. I'm going to make this minute. We want this to be a colon, and we want this to be second. Alright, so here we notice that we can't see anything. That's because it's there, but it's just in black. So let's go ahead and make a window .resources. Go ahead and add a style tag and a target type of text block. Go ahead and say We want a setter property, and we want font size maybe to be like 30, 35, I don't know. And a setter of a property of, oops, and we want it to be foreground, and we want the value to be white. Oops, that's wheat. Alright, we notice that these are not looking correct. I need to go ahead and say orientation is horizontal. Alright, so let's go ahead and run that. And it does, but doesn't. Our time is not updating. Well, let's find out why. So I'm going to pull this off to the side. We're going to go ahead and put a breakpoint here and see if we hit it. And we do not. So, and that's probably because I see right now why. We didn't say timer.start. Alright, so now let's find out if that should start updating it. And there we go. It is now saying the correct time, and the time is updating. So, that's pretty cool. Now we can, we have a time, or a clock that is working. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit smaller. Maybe 200 by 200. See if that's right. That's not very good. Let's make it 200 by 300. Alright, so I see a few things that I don't like. First off, we have a 13. We don't really want a 13. We really just want it to show a 1 because, well, it's 1 o'clock. I also noticed that our seconds, and I'm assuming that our minutes are doing it as well, because we haven't done this yet, but are only showing a 1 instead of a 0-1. I'm going to go ahead and wait for about 10 seconds here and restart the clock for you. Alright, so it's been a few seconds. Alright, you're going to now see where it goes to just a 1 or a 0. Now 1. Alright, so we know why that is. That's simply our formatting. We just haven't added formatting yet. So let's go ahead and add string format. Alright, and this is going to be like this. We want to say a 0. I always get this mixed up, so forgive me if I'm wrong here. We'll know real soon though. Alright. Doesn't like it. I think it's because of this. Alright, let's try that. Alright, so now we see that's correct. We still have the issue of the 13. So let's go ahead and go to time. And what we want to do, alright, we're going to create an extension method here that will handle this. We're going to add a new folder. And we're going to insert with an extension method, has to be a static class. We want a public static int, and we're going to say to our integer. 2-hour int is good for me. We're going to say this, and it's going to be an int, and we're just going to say hour. Okay. We're going to say var h equals hour, and we're going to return h. So if h is greater than 12, we now want to say h equals h minus 12. And what we can do is just minus equals. That'll be better. Alright, so now let's try that. Let's go ahead and implement that in here. And two-hour int. Let's go ahead and run this. Alright, looks like it is working. We actually now have the 1 instead of the 13, and you see our minutes updated correctly, and our time is now working. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you like it. Please subscribe if you did. Thanks.